Hello everyone, my name is Blue and we are back with more posts from Entitled Parents. These parents think just because they have kids, they deserve the world. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to our channel, and with that, let's get into it. Entitled Mom thinks she is more deserving than a children's hospital? First-time poster, long-time lurker. This happened last Wednesday, and it's been on my mind ever since. I just don't understand how people can be so awful. I live near a children's hospital in the UK, and they do donation drives occasionally to try and get nice things for the kids. My partner and I had just got a new video game console, and so our old one was collecting dust. We thought that since it was close to Christmas, why not donate it? Do something nice. So we go to the hospital, having filled out a form telling us when to hand it in. They're being strict due to COVID, and unfortunately, there was a mix-up with this form. We had filled it in for a different hospital, and weren't allowed to queue to hand it in on that day due to infection control. A bit annoying, but never mind. We rebook for the next day and turn to leave. Enter Entitled Mom. She was behind us and waiting for her own form, so she must have heard our discussion. A few seconds later, she followed us out the car park and called out. Entitled Mom.
Excuse me, did I hear that you're giving away a console?
Me. Yeah, well, we were going to, but we got a bit mixed up. Entitled Mom.
So...
Very long, drawn out, so.
You don't need it anymore?
Me. Nah, but we're booked in for tomorrow, so it'll be okay. Entitled Mom.
Why don't you give it to me? I could give it to my son for Christmas.
Me. Oh, sorry, but we wanted to give it to the hospital. Do some good, you know? Entitled Mom.
Are you saying this wouldn't be doing good?
She raised her voice out of nowhere. No idea what I said to offend her.
We've had a horrible year, and this would be amazing for my son.
Fiancé, stepping in to help. Lots of people have had a bad year. We just feel that the hospital is the best place for it. Entitled Mom.
Why? I'm in need too. It isn't fair to give everything to those kids. My son has been good all year and he deserves it more.
Fiancé. It's not a competition. We're giving it to the hospital. Entitled Mom.
You're so rude. You should give things to people who need them. If they're in hospital, they don't need games. It's a stupid idea.
Fiancé. Sorry. Like she said, we're booked in for tomorrow. We're going to get our bus now. At this point, he helped usher me away from her. I'm not great with confrontation, and she kept calling out to us as we left about how her son was more deserving than the kids in the hospital, how it was rude of us to ignore her. It was pretty awful. Sorry if I'm not great at telling the story. And we did go back the next day to very grateful nurses, so it's a happy ending. Merry Christmas, everyone reading. That's pretty low end, being opportunistic when people are trying to give a console away to sick kids. Like, honestly, I think sick kids need something to take their minds off of what's going on more than a perfectly well kid. My mother demands that I let her stay at my and girlfriend's house. No thanks. Not doing that mistake again. I'm literally over the moon for the past several hours, despite what has happened between me and my mother. Again. I've made several posts on here about how my mother behaves towards my relationship and my girlfriend, Ava. For those of you who haven't seen them, Ava is of foreign ancestry, has Muslim family members, and has a vitiligo, which my mother finds absolutely disgusting, though I find it absolutely beautiful. She has done and said some very hurtful things to break us apart, which, thanks to my incredibly supportive father and many more family members, only led to her having to stay at her sister's, who is about the same POS. Until today. Even though my aunt is hateful towards Ava just as my mother, unlike my mother, she's not lazy couch potato, and after some time got fed up with my mother and gave her some time to get out of her apartment. At least, that's what I'm told. So yeah, I might hate my aunt less for this. Because my father wouldn't accept her back home, she tried her luck with me, despite the fact that she already stayed at my and Ava's place months ago, and it ended up in huge argument, which has left both me and Ava in tears. So, earlier today, my mother appeared at the gate. Great. At first I thought that maybe she goes away if we pretend not to be at home, but it didn't work. The longer she was standing there, the more she was shouting and abusing the bell. I accepted my fate and went to confront her. Mom.
There you are. What were you two doing that took you so long?
Me. What do you want? I told you to stay away from us. I told you to get the F out of our lives. Mom.
Well, instead of being at A's, I thought of spending the holidays with you and Ava.
I could not believe it. Not only she had the audacity to come and ask to stay, but she addressed Ava by her name, not "that girl of yours" or some hurtful insult. Me. Well, too bad. We're not letting you ruin our Christmas and New Year's. Mom.
Oh, come on. I'm just trying to get along.
Me. That's what we tried when we let you stay the last time. Look how that ended. Mom.
It's not my fault that she's so insolent and provocative with how she looks.
Note, insolent. Ava never goes far for insulting the heck out of someone. Provocative, being a petty a-hole. Basically my last post. Dressing in a way to expose as much of her vitiligo as possible while still being moral. Me. She's neither of that. You, however, are. Not only you did what you did, but you have the audacity to come here and demand to stay with us. Mom.
How dare you? How dare you choose this ugly and disgusting bee over…
I interrupted her. Over you? Always. Mom.
How dare you? You shouldn't throw your life away for someone so ugly. There's a ton of better people to date.
Me. I'm happy with her. Happier than ever, but you still have to be hurtful towards her. Mom.
I'm just trying to do what's best for you. I know what's best for you.
Me. If you did what is best for me, you'd leave us alone. I then went inside while my mother was insulting both of us. Me. You're the disgusting one here. I'm just saying what I think of you and doing what I think is right. And I slammed the door shut. She continued with her insults until some neighbors threatened to call the police. Public offense, I assume. Then she left. Later, I called my father, who told me that A basically kicked my mother out. Wow, this mother's a nightmare. You know you're in the wrong when everyone in your family is kicking you out of the house. Yikes. And that's all the time we have for these Entitled Parents posts today. What did you think of the stories? Let us know in the comments down below, and if you liked the stories, click that like button for us. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to our channel. Thanks for listening. Catch you later, everyone.